Oprah Radio.
Hear it, see it, feel it, be it, be it, be it, be it.
Welcome back.
The Derrick Ashong Experience on Oprah Radio and OprahRadio.com.
All right. Hey, you are listening to the Derrick Ashong Experience. This is Derrick Ashong, a.k.a. DNA. We are live on Sirius 195, XM 156. And for those that don't know, you can see my face online right now. Facebook.com/Derrick Ashong Experience, on Ustream.tv/Derrick Ashong Experience. And you can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Ashong, ASHONG. So, there's something that has been happening this week that I thought was really, really cool. It was really cool. It was really inspiring. And in a way, it kind of needs no introduction. But we are going to pseudo-introduce it. Then we're going to let it say what it is. And then we're going to talk about it. And we want to know your thoughts. If y'all could play for me a little bit of clip number 15, please.
Well, set up your heart, oh, so they know that someone cares.
So their cries for help will not be in vain.
We can't let them suffer. No, we cannot turn away.
Right now, they need a helping hand. No someone love. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives.
It's you and make a better day. Just you and me.
We get down and out, and there seems no hope at all.
But if you just believe, there's no way we can fall.
Well, let us realize, oh, that change can only come when we
Stand together as one. When we stand together as one, we are the world. Now, this is a song that we all grew up with. I mean, it is, I won't say it's ancient, but it's like 20 some years old, 25 years old. This is the 25th year anniversary of We Are the World, written by Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson, produced by Quincy Jones. And it was first done to raise money and awareness to help people in, I think, was it East Africa and Ethiopia in particular? It was in Ethiopia. And now it's been revitalized. It's been reinvigorated. It's happening again. But now it's a whole new generation of artists that are on talking about helping the people of Haiti. Now, there were a couple of interesting things in that clip. And first of all, I want you all to let me know what you think. Does it make sense for musicians to get together and make songs to help people? Does it make a difference? Does it move you? Does it help you to think more about these issues? Call us, let us know what you think. 866-OPRA-XM, 866-677-2496. Now, I'm listening to this song, and I'm thinking, whoa, they got some of the top stars of today, along with some of the most amazing folks from yesterday who were in the original crew. And they did this song that is so beautiful and so powerful. One of the things that struck me in hearing that particular clip and why I wanted to play it is because Wyclef was on there, and Wyclef was singing in Creole. And he just had that one line, but it was so powerful. You know, I would repeat it, but I can't speak Creole, so, you know. But it basically, he had said, we are the children in his language, which I respect, but I cannot speak, so I keep quiet, you know. But I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see how we've evolved to the point where a representative of the people that we're trying to help is actually a part of the process of helping. You know, a lot of times we see people like, oh my God, the children are starving in Africa, and let's go and do something for those children. And I agree, like, yes, let's save the children, that's fine. But don't you know there are people on the ground from those places who also want to be a part of making a difference and who also have something to capture and something to offer. And that's what I got from hearing Wyclef in that clip. I thought it was so beautiful. There's another person who is also on that clip that is really interesting, and I was moved to hear his voice as well. Could you please give me clip number 14?
When we did the last one, we requested him to be there right after the AMAs at 10 o'clock to be on the mic to sing the lead as a demo for the rest of the people.
Right.
He was there right on time, and he did it. He doubled it. Now we've got Janet singing with him.
Right. But to have his voice in there, I must tell you, to have his presence, I must admit he was missed last night just in body. But I must tell you, to have his voice in there was just inspiring.
Right. And what they're talking about there is the fact that Michael Jackson was right there in that clip. I don't know if y'all missed it. Can we line up just the Michael Jackson section of that clip? I don't know if you guys didn't catch it or not, but Michael Jackson was right there in that clip. Can we hear it?
We're actually working on it, Derrick, and we'll get it to you shortly.
Awesome,
we'll let you know.
Pinzo. Merci buckets. So basically, when that part first came on, I didn't even notice it. I was like, oh, yeah, the song is great. It sounded good. It sounded good. Then they kept playing it, and I heard it again, and I was like, whoa, that is beautiful. And he is apparently, you know, it looks like I was actually mistaken. It wasn't that there's a bunch of the older artists. I think that of the artists that are singing, is the only one that carried over. Obviously, Quincy and Lionel Richie are still involved, but Michael's voice is on both We Are the Worlds. And when I think about what this cat stood for, and some of y'all are fans, some of y'all don't like him, and it's a difficult thing. But when I think about the impact that this cat had musically and his desire, at least, to contribute to a better world, I think it's so fitting that his voice was utilized in this song that is now trying to help new people. Here comes the clip. Let's hear his voice.
When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all.
But if you just believe, there's no way we can fall.
Right? So part of what I'm thinking about is what happens next. What happens next? And what are we really going to do for these people? I wrote an article a few weeks ago, I guess it was like a month ago, for Oprah.com that was talking about the issue of Haiti. And specifically, I was talking about that question of what's happened to these people, and did they make a pact with the devil? Is that why they're suffering? And as I was researching to write this piece, because I felt that comment was particularly offensive. The Haiti is not poor because they made a pact with the devil. And I'll tell you, for those who maybe have not had a chance to travel to parts of the world or whatever and see hands-on what's happening in some of these places where there's endemic poverty, as you call it, there's always a bigger part of the story. There's always something more going on. It's never, ever, ever just a matter of these folks can't get it quite together. There's always something more going on. And this is one of the things that I want y'all to think about, in particular with the issue of Haiti. And the basic fact is, when Haiti became independent, the French government required them to pay the equivalent of $20 billion in reparations for being free. See, the French government was like, well, we had you guys as slaves, you're working for free, and this is good for our economy, and now you've gone and had the audacity to liberate yourselves, and that's bad for business. So we need money. And the country wound up paying for 100 years, something like 120 years, reparations to the French government, which they had to, because they were a new country, they didn't have any money, they had to borrow from French banks to pay to the French government. And as we're thinking about what's happening, I love this song that is raising awareness, getting people thinking. I feel like we need to think about some broader solutions. What can we do to help people in Haiti and in other parts of the world that go beyond just the moment when it's all in the news and that extend beyond that? I want to hear what y'all think. 866-OPRAH-XM, 866-677-2496. I also want to hear from you on Facebook.com/Derrick Ashong Experience, and you can holler at us on Twitter.com/Ashong. Hit us with your thoughts. Once again, what can we do to help Haiti? You can call me now, 866-677-2496. One of the things that I think that we could do to help the good people of Haiti is to think about this in a broad context, right? So if the country has been poor, if the people there have been suffering, but part of it is because when they first became independent, they are forced, right? They were forced to pay for their freedom. It makes me think, where would the United States be today if when we first became free, when we were a new nation, we had to pay billions of dollars to another nation? If we had to pay for 100 years a reparation, what would have happened to us? I think that we would have been in a completely different situation. So when I'm thinking about what needs to happen to help the people of Haiti, I think that, yes, we should send our money. I've sent my own. I've made my contributions. I think that part of what we can do is to look at the broader issue, right? The broader issue of how can Haiti no longer be under the grip of poverty. And I want to hear your thoughts. 866 Oprah XM, 866-677-2496. How do we take them out from under the grip of poverty? One of the things I think is we actually cancel Haiti's debt. And by that, a lot of you realize that, many countries in the world have debts to other nations. And so the Haitian people not only had to pay a bunch of money to the French in order to not be slaves anymore, but additionally, today they owe money to all kinds of different international institutions. And at a certain point, you got to wonder, wow, is this really viable? I mean, are we realistically going to see these people ever get out from under the burden of poverty unless we do something more systemic? I say cut the debt. The folks have been working hard this whole time. They've been suffering and struggling. And half of this debt is illegitimate in the first place because they were forced to pay to be free. I don't know how that relates to you, but it doesn't sound quite right to me. I say that we need to let that debt go. And I think that We Are the World is a wonderful, wonderful way to be raising a little bit of awareness about what can be done in this particular instance. Not only that, I think that it's time for us to be pursuing some new kinds of solutions, right? And that's where this whole idea, and I love the fact that they brought a new generation of artists together to really address the issue. And I want to hear a little bit about what Lionel Richie had to say about that in a quick second. And he's going to talk about that idea of the generations and what it means to be bringing them into this conversation. 866 Oprah XM, 866-677-2496. Francis, how are you? Welcome to the experience.
Hi. I just wanted to say I think it's appalling that France made them pay money for being freed from slavery, and we ought to see if we can shame France into giving them some of the money back.
Well, I actually think that that's a great idea because it's something that I haven't really heard in the news at all. I mean, everyone has been talking about Haiti, what happened, but I haven't really seen a lot of reports about the fact that Haiti is in part poor because of having to pay these reparations to the French. So, Francis, if we're going to shame them into doing the right thing, what are some of the ways that you think we could raise awareness or get the French government to do that?
Well, I think just making people aware that that this happened and that Haiti had to pay all this money to be freed from slavery when, in actuality, France should be paying them reparations for holding them in slavery for all those years. And I think awareness, and just letting people, I'm sure a lot of people knew, but it's not on the radar.
Yeah.
Just,
a lot of people knew, but it's
that.
not out in the public. Do you think that this is something that the United Nations could help with? Do you think that the UN should pass a resolution? Would it even have an impact?
I think it would. I think it ought to be at least something that they're studying and getting the issue out in front of the public.
All right, Francis, thank you so much. We're talking about how we help the people of Haiti. How does Haiti get out from under the grip of poverty? It's not just that those people can't get their act together. We know that this nation was founded from slavery. They liberated themselves and they were forced to pay billions of dollars over 100 years for their freedom. What do y'all think about that? What can be done? 866 Oprah XM 866-677-2496. Martine, welcome to the experience. What are your thoughts?
Hi, Derrick. Well, I believe in social reinsertion. I think that's part of the.
Could you
that's part of
explain
the
what
school.
social reinsertion is?
Well, for example, you have a lot of amputees now that are, following the quake. And in Haiti, when you're an amputee, that's one of the worst things that can happen because it's not like here where you have ramps, where you have, where handicaps have more access to services. In Haiti, you're really casted off when you're an amputee. So social reinsertion means you give them tools that to enable them to work despite the amputation, and you give them education. They can be artists, they can be plumbers, they can be these are trades that need to be developed for amputees as well. And you have to, because in Haiti it's really a question of cost a lot of the time. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
So no, not everybody will. You won't be able to give a master's degree to every Haitian, but you will be able to give them an education that they will be able to apply in their everyday life, and that will give them.
Now, Martine, so our listeners are all correct. So part of the reason we're having this massive problem with amputees in Haiti right now is because so many people had crushed limbs in the earthquake and things like that. And so a lot of folks have had to save their lives, they've had to have an arm or a leg or something amputated, right? And so now what you're saying is, well, part of what we need to do is have special training to help those people be retrained and reintegrated into society so that they can do work even if they don't have the same capacity to do whatever maybe they used to do.
Absolutely. Because here we have a chance. If you lose a limb here, well, not only will you get a prosthesis, but also, if you were a doctor before, you can still be a doctor even if you're missing a leg. If you were a teacher before, you can still teach. Whereas there's a task that's spelled upon you. The way society looks at you in Haiti when you have a missing limb is not. It's not the same thing as here. So I think it's important to have programs to be able to socially reinsert them, and I think that's part of one way we can help Haiti.
And Martine, are you Haitian?
Yes, I'm calling from Montreal, Canada. I'm a Haitian Canadian.
Sac passé.
Hey, en forme.
Okay, that is wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us and for offering this information. A French Haitian, a Canadian Haitian, I'm crazy. A Canadian Haitian is giving us some insight into what's going on the ground and how we can think about it. And one of the things that has to be addressed is how you integrate amputees back into the mix. What else do y'all think we can do? Thank you so much, Martine. What else can we do to help the people of Haiti? Let's move beyond just the charity. Let's think big. How can we help address some of these issues? 866-OPRA-XM, 866-677-2496. Debbie, what do you think we can do to help the people of Haiti?
Well, I think one of the big things would be to connect individuals in the way of microloans, like through the Girl Effect program that Oprah's talked about.
Okay.
Not necessarily only focusing on women, but just connecting individuals as far as getting businesses going, getting people back in work, and the whole social reinsertion thing works together with that. I think
this is really interesting, this idea of microloans. So I had an opportunity to chat with Grameen Bank founder Mohammed Yunus, and we're going to get that video or at least that audio up for you on Facebook. But basically, we had a conversation about this Grameen Bank. They're the people who created the micro-lending system, that whole process. And basically what it does is it gives small amounts of money primarily to people, but primarily to women, who can then use that money to work in their businesses and to come back and repay the money, but they're building their communities, they're building their society. And that is something that could be really interesting in how it applies to Haiti. But, I'm wondering, Debbie, how do you think it could work with the individual connection? Because I feel like getting to know people's stories is really important in letting us know and feel how we can really impact them. So what do you think could be done to make that connection between individuals so it ceases to be just a big story and starts to be something that we feel?
Well, I think I'm assuming that there are NGOs that are on the ground there that can collect people like that, and that there are probably programs. And if they're not, then there are people I would hope there are people. If not, let me know and help me out, and I'll get down there and do it myself.
Absolutely. Well, we want to know if anyone has any ideas of any programs, any websites that do micro-lending in Haiti. I know that Kiva.org does a lot of stuff in different parts of the world. I don't know if they do Haiti, but let's find out. People, let us know. We've got a few folks with some really interesting ideas. We're here listening for yours. 866-677-2496. We want to talk about how we can help the folks in Haiti. Cindy, could you give us some ideas?
Hey, Derek. Hey. Well, I've been sitting here listening to you, and I have an idea about volunteers organizing any American, anyone, but I was thinking about people to where, because there's so many of us that would like to get down there and help, but we don't feel that there's probably enough. We don't know how to do that. But one thing that I'd like to say before that is that when you're trying to work a whole idea, which right now is to help Haiti, you have to start at the very beginning, meaning you have to go in, and of course there's already people that have been in that form like a task force that you meet with all the people that take a very good look inside the box, every little crevice, to see what needs to be done now, and that is all written down. It is all organized of what needs to be done, and then you begin to build your priorities, and you begin to start from the very ground up instead of just coming in the middle and saying, "Well, we need to."
So you're saying it's got to be it's got to be a little bit organized. We can't just be throwing resources at the place. There's got to be an evaluation of what's really going on, what's the nature of the problem, and what can be done in a sort of a coherent fashion.
I think in order to not just spin your wheels, and then just try, you do something in the middle, and then you realize that, you just have to build the thing from the bottom up. And if you don't mind, and that's extremely important in terms of all the task forces that I've been a part of and trying to make things better in certain categories and so forth. But the other thing is that I felt that it would be great to have some sort of, obviously, a volunteer base where people could sign up to go like week by week, say, and you have different categories like, of course, builders, and they probably do that now, but even people who would like, if you could go and just help with paperwork or whatever, but everyone wants to go, and you say, well, I can go June 7th through the such and such, and you sign up way ahead of time. So basically finding
a way that you can coordinate the way that volunteers are done. Thank you, Cindy. That's a great idea. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. I want you guys to call me at 866-OPRA-XM. That's 866-677-2496. How can we help the people of Haiti? What can we do? We got some interesting ideas for you when we come back, and a real story of a solution that somebody made. You're listening to the Derrick Ashong Experience. We'll be right back.
And we gotta take care of all the children, the little children of the world.
Experience on Oprah Radio and streaming on oprahradio.com. Here's Derrick Ashong.
Hey, 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 you are listening to me, DNA, on the Derrick Ashong Experience. We are talking about the issue of Haiti. I've got my man to my left. I'm going to tell you who he is in a hot second. For those of you watching on Ustream, you can see his face. For those who are listening, you don't know what I'm talking about, but that's okay. It's my show. This is our experience. Listen, so before we get deeper into this, just for those who are just joining us, we've been talking about Haiti, and we're talking about We Are the World and how it's been raising awareness about this issue. And we want you to join us in this conversation at 866-OPRAH-XM, 866-677-2496 about how we can help the people of Haiti. Now, to just reset where this is coming from, I want y'all to continue to flow with me, to feel me, right? Because I think it's powerful for us to use our creativity, to use media, to use technology, to use artistry, to get folks thinking about important issues. And this week, something very special was done along those lines. They took an amazing and powerful sort of icon, an iconic representation of people helping other people, an artist helping other people. And they reinvigorated it. They brought it back after 25 years. And that song, as I said before, needs no introduction. I want to hear a little bit more. Can I get the chorus of the tune, please? The chorus.
We make a better day, just you and me.
All right. So that's gorgeous, y'all. Look. For those who know me, I can't help but say exactly what I'm thinking, yo. I believe in the death of auto-tune. Okay, I'm just saying. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. You know what I'm saying? We are not the robots. Okay, we are not the robots. So I love this joint. I love the remix. I will forgive it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's for an important cause. I'm not going to talk about auto-tune all day. Rather, we're going to talk about how we can make a positive difference in the lives of the people of Haiti. You can call us and give us your own thoughts and ideas. How do we help the folks down in Haiti? 866-OPRAH-XM, 866-677-2496. Now, one of the points that just came up is A. Amaize has said we need to keep talking about this for years to come so it doesn't turn into another New Orleans forgotten soon after the media has left. This, I think, is crucial. You know, it's a tough thing. We live in a world with so much going on. It's very difficult to try to balance and figure out, hey, how can we speak to an issue substantively and responsibly when there's so many other issues going on, right? And I mean, we're living in America at a time of recession. We have record unemployment. We have so many people struggling just to get by. How can we realistically and effectively help others when, you know, who knows what crisis might come tomorrow? Who knows what crisis might come next week? If there's a mudslide in another part of the world, is it going to cause us to forget about this issue? And A. Amaize is saying that we can't do that. This is big enough that we need to remember and we need to stay involved and stay invested. Well, I know that there's, you know, sometimes when we talk about making social change, people get a little bit scared. They get worried because it's like, oh my God, the problem is so big. What are we going to do? How can we do something so big? And yet I think that every person can make an impact in their small way. So I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he's a filmmaker. And he was saying that, someone had asked him to come and shoot some footage about what was going on in Haiti. And because he's a filmmaker, he was like, okay, I'll go, I'll do it. And I was like, wow, that's great. Like, you know, he's not an activist. He's not like a reporter. And he's not a Mother Teresa. He makes movies. But he went down to help to tell the story. And while he was down there, he wound up having a profound impact on the life of at least one young person. So I want to introduce you to one of my good boys. Ose, welcome to the experience.
Nice to see you again, Derek. How are you?
Absolutely. I'm very well. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
Okay.
Great.
So I want to just get a little bit of insight into what happened. So first of all, like, what moved you to go down to Haiti?
Well, I mean, if you have an opportunity to go to Haiti at that time and you don't take it, it's almost criminal, because I think Haiti was the biggest disaster that could happen in that time. Because the combination of factors, it's a poor country.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it's a black country. And they've never had this kind of problem in like 160 something years. So they were not prepared for it.
Yes.
I mean, God forbid, if we have an earthquake in LA, they know what to do. You get these things, you do this, you do that. They didn't. I talked to people who didn't know what was going on during the earthquake. They said the building was shaking, it was falling.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do. But the human instinct took over and they ran to the streets. That's how some people, I mean, there was a guy I saw. He had finished work, right? And he said he went to his girlfriend's house to just chill out. And as he was there, the building shook because it came in 2 waves, right? It came in 2 waves. So the first time it shook, it was like, so he said to his girlfriend and his girlfriend's sister, who has 2 kids, and she's pregnant, she said, we need to get out of the house. And, your girlfriend will always ask you, what
are you talking about?
So he said he barked at her. He didn't shout. He said, I barked at her. And said, get out. So they went out. As they were going out, he said, the sister, the girlfriend's sister had 2 kids.
Yes.
By the time they would get out, so they all made it outside, but the building came down on her.
God.
So she saved 1 kid, lost her arm, lost the other kid.
Oh, my God.
And I don't know how you go on living after that.
Well, I mean, this is a powerful point because people have been through all kinds of things, and yet they find ways to go on living.
Yeah.
And we've been watching the footage, and it's been really, really scary. But one of the reasons I wanted to have you on about this is because we have another side of the story, and that's the thing that I think gets missing a lot, right? Because we hear about the tragedy, which is important to recognize, and yet hope springs eternal. People find a way to survive. Every society finds a way to move forward, to continue to go on, and people help each other. And so I know that you had an experience where you met a small child.
Kid, in an orphanage. Yeah, what had happened was that I was following this relief group, and we went into this orphanage. They were going to donate water. And we saw this girl. They said she's 2 months old, but it was absolutely impossible for a 2-month-old to look like that.
2-month-old
2-month-old,
child.
yeah. She looked like she was 80 years old.
Oh, what was wrong with her? She was sick.
She had some abdominal problems. They don't have that much health care. And these people didn't really know what to do with her. I absolutely believe they were waiting for her to die.
Okay.
And she was in so much pain. She wants to cry, and she can't cry.
Okay.
I have a son, and I'm like, if this is my kid, I won't.
You wouldn't know what to do. But you're at the orphanage, and they've got this child, 2 months old, but just really, really sick, really ill. Were there no doctors nearby?
Well, see, in Haiti, they're at a crisis point. They have like tons of doctors. I actually think the heroes in Haiti are the medical practitioners. I think absolutely they are. But, this is an orphanage. You assume they got things under control.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a good orphanage. But in the middle of this crisis, they didn't have enough food.
Yes.
They didn't have enough water,
Yeah.
I went to an orphanage where the guy said, this is the last meal we know we're going to get.
Gotcha.
Tomorrow we start all over again.
But so if in that situation, what can be done? What did you guys do specifically?
Well,
and the reason I'm asking is because, like I said, folks have been hearing a lot of the sad part of the story, but folks don't really fully understand what is being done to address it. And I want to hear from you what you guys did when you saw the situation.
I think the first thing, it's a side point, is that these Haiti people, the people of Haiti, are very strong people. To be able to move on from this calamity shows a lot of heart.
Yeah.
But going back to the little girl, when we got back to the hotel, the guys who went with said they have connections with doctors, but
Yeah.
for me, it wasn't happening fast enough.
Uh-huh.
So we got back to the hotel, and the next day we ran into these Israeli doctors, and it was just an accident. And I just mentioned, like, you guys are doctors, right? They say, yes.
Yeah.
There's this kid that she's 2 months old, she's dying, she needs help. And they're like, oh, there's a lot of people that need that. I'm like, seriously? So we showed them the picture.
So you showed them the picture. So basically, you went and you found a doctor.
Yeah.
You showed them the
and
picture.
a girl called Angie Crouch. She works with KNBC in LA. Yeah.
And so you were a shooter and another a producer from a TV station.
She's a news reporter.
You guys are completely out of your arena.
Yeah.
And you go and you find a doctor. And basically, you reconnected.
But you can't walk away when you see something like that.
You feel like you have to do
it's 2
something.
months old. She's just beginning to live life.
Yeah.
And then it's been snuffed out of her.
But that's the thing that I'm interested in is the fact that y'all saw this happening and you decided you were going to make a difference. You ran into these physicians. You gave the physicians the story of this little girl. And what did the doctor do?
Well, it took a while. It took a couple of days because they had so much stuff to do.
So many things going on.
It took a couple of days. Then Angie, this is funny because Angie had to come back to Los Angeles on Tuesday.
But what happened with the physician, though?
He went back. He went and got the kid.
The doctor went and got the kid.
2 days later, yeah.
2 days later.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting because you and Angie are both from L.A. You happen to be in Haiti at this moment. And this is what I want our listeners, the point that I want our listeners to get. You guys found a doctor, showed them the picture of this kid, told them where the kid was, and got the doctor to go to an orphanage where there were no doctors.
Yeah.
And that doctor treated the child.
Didn't just treat the child. Took the child to a real hospital.
Took the child to a real hospital.
And then organized for some medical supplies for the orphanage because they need stuff there.
Okay, so that to me is the story. And that's the thing that I want people to think about, right? It doesn't always, and again, I know that everyone can't go to Haiti, and I'm not expecting that everyone is going to go there and solve a problem. But what I think is salient and what's important is that people wind up in all kinds of different situations, and we get to make choices. You guys could have looked at that situation and said, this poor kid, oh no, this is so sad and so terrible. There's nothing we can do. But rather, you took a photo, you went out, you found a doctor, and you connected that doctor to that kid. So whereas you might not be able to save that child's life, you found somebody who could help, and then they did their part. And that is where I think that, you know, we at a certain point when we have these difficult stories, we get caught up in the pain and the struggle of it. But it's important to recognize that we do have agency, we do have the possibility, we do have the power to do something about it. And sometimes it's as simple as taking the initiative to make that introduction. So you're sitting here, you're a filmmaker, but you just saved a little girl's life in Haiti.
No, I didn't save a little girl's life. I mean, the doctor saved the girl's life.
But no. I disagree. I disagree because if you had not introduced her to that doctor, that kid might not be with us today, and that is a crucial point. See, everyone wants to be humble. I ain't do anything.
No, I'm not humble.
Oh, I know you're not humble. Trust me, I know you. But the point that I'm making is that it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a magnificent. You don't have to be Gandhi. You don't have to be Mahatma Luther King. You know what I'm saying? In order to do something. Sometimes it just takes the willingness to act. We got to go to break, but thank you, Osa, for coming in and sharing this story.
Thanks,
when we come back, we're going to flip the script a little bit and talk about what is happening tomorrow. It's a very, very special day. You listen to the Derrick Ashong Experience live, Sirius 195, XM 156. We'll be right back.
Promised tomorrow today, and I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today, but we'll find a way. Nothing lasts forever.
Hear it. See it. Feel it. Be it. Be it. Be it. Be it.
Welcome back. The Derrick Ashong Experience on Oprah Radio and OprahRadio.com.
Just want to say one thing. Happy Valentine's Day.
Every day to something, yeah. What's up, y'all? Happy Valentine's Day. So, it is Saturday, the 13th of February. Ooh, it's a big shopping day. It's a big shopping day. A lot of y'all are invading the malls right now because you've got to do a little something for your loved one. And I want to know what you guys think about V-Day. So last week, I got a cool note. I saw that A+K, Ashton Kutcher, and his crew were basically talking about what was going on for Valentine's and what were people's best and worst V-Day experiences. What is your best Valentine's Day experience? What's your worst Valentine's Day experience? And I think this was a great question, so I'm going to put it back out to y'all. What's your best Valentine's Day? What was your worst Valentine's Day? You can call me and let me know. 866-OPRAH-XM, 866-677-2496. Now, don't be shy, y'all. Don't be shy, because when you call, you only have to give your first name. And guys, this is for you too. You know what I'm saying? If you had a Valentine's where you forgot to get a gift, or where you got your girlfriend something that you had actually bought for somebody years before and things didn't work out, you took it back and you just re-disseminate. Are you a re-gifter? Are you a re-V-Day gifter? Is that what this is? I want to know. Don't be shy. Just give us your first name. 866-OPRAH-XM, 866-677-2496. Now, some people wanted to find out from me what was my best and worst Valentine's Day. And you know what I'm saying? Typically on the air, I like to talk about social issues. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily like to put my personal business in the street, because you don't know who might be listening as we speak. I know my mama watched the show, so I don't want her to get the wrong idea about her sonny boy. However, since I am asking you people to call up and be honest with me, and you don't just have to call, you can post it up on Facebook, facebook.com/Derrick Ashong Experience. You can check us out on OprahRadio.com, or you can Twitter me, twitter.com/Ashong. The hashtag, that's that pound symbol for you phone users. The hashtag for this convo is #TheDNAX. Basically, since I'm asking y'all to holler at your boy with your feedback on what is your personal best or worst experience, I am going to actually share my own story. And this is my worst Valentine's Day. And it is ironically also my best Valentine's Day. So what had happened was I was back in Boston at this time, and I had a friend who I had known since college who I thought was really cool. And I was like, oh, this girl is so cool. And, you know, I had been broken up with my ex-girlfriend for some months and gone over the emotional blah, blah, blah of that, and I had to get back out in the game. And one of my friends said, oh, yo, D, this girl likes you. I was like, oh, no, she doesn't. Like, oh, yes, she does. I was like, how do you know? Oh, she told me. I was like, are you sure she told you? Oh, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure she told me. I was like, pretty sure. What do you know? She's like, just go for it, dude. She's great. And this is a friend, so we hanging out all the time. I'm like, yeah, she is pretty great. You know what? Valentine's Day is a time of love. It's an opportunity to share and build and grow feelings. So I will seize this opportunity to show this person how special I feel they are. What did I do? I decided to write a poem because I'm a lyricist, and it was very nice. It was not roses are blue and you is you. No, it was like a poem that was specifically meant for this individual. And I have terrible handwriting. I know you can't tell on the radio, but it's true. I write like a doctor, or like a doctor's kid, because I am. So basically, I was like, it's not enough to type her a note. I need to give her something special, but I don't want to write it because it's going to look whack. So I got a friend who did calligraphy, And I went and I bought some special paper. It was very crinkly and really pretty, and had her write my poem on the paper in a lovely calligraphic pen. Righteousness. Then, because I feel that music is such a blessed gift into the world, I thought, what better way to commemorate our budding love than to give you a series of songs that talk about the many faces of love and what it's all about. So I made her a mixtape, because I'm cool like that, old school like that. And so basically, I take the mixtape, I take the little poem, I put them all in a lovely little package, and I drop it off the day before Valentine's. And this is the day before Valentine's because on Valentine's, I had to be at an event. That event was a wedding. Right. My best friend was getting married on Valentine's Day, rubbing in the fact that I ain't have no girl, whatever. So I go to the wedding, and all day I'm like, hey, am I going to hear from this girl who I sent this lovely Valentine's to? And we've been on a couple of dates, and she seems to think I'm so cool, and I think I'm so cool, and we must have this together in common. All day, it's wedding time. Everybody's feeling marriageable. It's love, and they're walking up and down the ba 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 la 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 la. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is great that y'all getting married. I'm in the wedding, by the way, but I keep thinking, yo, I wonder if I got a text message. I'm standing in front of the minister. I'm trying to see if he's not looking, so maybe I could see if I got a text from my lady. No text, nothing. So the time goes on, and I'm like going the whole day, and I'm not hearing anything from this girl, and it's like painful. I'm like, what happened? I thought my gift was dope. All right. Well, at this time, something really funny was going on. See, I'm at the wedding, so everyone is all dressed up and is looking beautiful and joyous and happy. And this one girl is there looking exceedingly gorgeous. Exceedingly gorgeous. Now, I knew her from before. We were friends, but not very close. I didn't know her like that. And I never tried to holler at her because I knew she had a girlfriend. So I was under the assumption that she would not be into somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? I figured my biceps are too big. So I'm on the radio. Y'all can't tell. Oh, you stream people, don't say nothing. So basically, look, I wind up having this, I see this beautiful girl at the wedding, and I'm like, she's not into me. And she, I'm in there, a groomsman, and she's there looking super pretty. And so we start talking, whatever. And she's like really funny, and we care about a lot of similar things. And we keep talking and talking. We're talking, and I'm checking my text message. I ain't got no text. Checking my phone calls. I ain't got no call. But this girl keeps talking to me. The wedding is over. It's great. We go to the reception, and we're yakking it up, and we're, sipping scissor, non-alcoholic scissor, mind you, just like regular punch, and eating cake. And the girl is funny, and she's hilarious. And I thought I was quite witty myself, so I kept making jokes, and she would laugh at mine, and I would laugh at hers. And we were talking on and on and on and on and on. And next thing you know, it's like the end of the day. Now, my mind is completely shifting because I'm like, yo, this girl is like really cool, and her girlfriend is so lucky. Wow. But at the end of the day, the wedding is over. It's been all love all day. And the girl says to me, hey, what are you doing now? And I was like, oh, well, I'm just kind of chilling. She's like, well, do you want to come over and play some video games? And I was like, hallelujah. A girl is asking me to play video games. I'm used to girls being like, get off the Xbox. She's like, do you want to come over and play video games? I was like, hell yeah. Right. What winds up happening? The first girl, never heard from her. We wind up talking later. It was obviously not going to happen. It was like a no dice dead in the agua. The other wedding girl, Miss Lovely Beauty Video Games, winds up becoming like my bestest little buddy. I stopped dating the person I was seeing. She stopped dating the person she was seeing. And we got together. And I can literally say it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But it was the most incredible Valentine's Day I have ever had. And I want to show you something extremely special. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but this is the result. Now, for those who are wondering, this is not mine. This one is not my kid, although she's so cute. This is the child of my best friend Jonathan and his wife Malika from the day that they got married, when I met one of my closest friends who is now an ex-girlfriend, but it had to be the best Valentine's Day ever because it not only got me a wonderful new person in my life, it also got us all this one. We love you. Okay, I'm going to give her back before she goes to poo-poo. Righteousness. Anyhow, yo, that's the word. That's my word is born, yo. We're talking about V-Day. Tomorrow is that special time. I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm definitely trying to get mine. I'm all about love. And we have a special V-Day gift. If y'all go to xmradio.com/SiriusXMLove, you can get a free Valentine's Day guidebook with tips, music playlists, and advice from your friends here at Oprah Radio. Dr. Oz has got 5 tips for a happy heart and a healthy life. Dr. Berman, 5 tips for a strong relationship. My 10 worst Valentine's Day tweets. The 10 worst things to tweet yo sweet on V-Day. And Lisa Kogan tells all love decongested. And Gail King has the ultimate love playlist. Oh, yeah. If you don't know, now you know. It's V-Day, baby. We're going to break. This is the Derrick Ashong Experience. We'll be right back at ya.